The search intensifies for a 24-year-old California woman who was last seen at a Barnes & Noble bookstore.
Her disappearance is out of the ordinary and around suspicious circumstances.
Friends and family members handed out flyers with a picture of 24-year-old Fong Li to everyone they could.
Police say Fong Li has been missing since Sunday night.
Her brother says he found her car in the parking lot with the windows down and her purse, cell phone, and wallet in the trunk.
This is just really odd. This is not right. Something's wrong.
She had a minor disagreement with her older sister earlier that day, but family members insist it was nothing serious for Li, who is the youngest of 7 children. Her brother says he didn't worry until several hours passed and she didn't come home.
She's never been out overnight before.
Hong Li says he called the Sassoon City Police Department, who responded to the Fairfield bookstore. They didn't immediately impound the car or take a missing persons report. They didn't even turn over the case to the Fairfield Police Department for nearly 48 hours.
We feel that the system might have failed us in this case, or failed Fong in this case, because just because of the time delay. We don't know what happened.
We are taking your calls live. Back to Pat Brown, criminal profiler. Pat, I wouldn't classify the Barnes & Noble's Cafe gang as the group I would be terrified of. So break it down for me. What do you think? You're the profiler.
All right. Well, I wouldn't think there's anything particularly wrong with the place, but sometimes when it empties out late at night, the parking lot...
8:30.
Well,
8:30.
yeah,
not late.
So they're not actually closed then at that point. So then there should be cars in the parking lot. But, you know, there can always be that window of opportunity to abduct somebody if you're waiting out there just to see whether somebody's going to come out that you like. But I still want to know, is that witness absolutely sure he's got the right person? I don't understand that yet.
Another thing, Pat Brown, is did he observe her there at 8:30, but she wasn't leaving at 8:30? Back to Henry K. Lee with the San Francisco Chronicle. What do we know about that?
Well, the police officers are telling us that's what they have. They are going upon information and belief that this male witness is credible, that he saw Fong Li at the bookstore cafe at 8:30, Nancy.
Was she leaving at 8:30 or just sitting there?
That was not clear to us. I think it was just that she was sitting there. Nothing was seen to be out of the ordinary.
Okay. To Bethany Marshall, psychoanalyst and author of Deal Breakers, Dr. Bethany, she has been described as a homebody, timid, never spends the night away from home, quite shy. This doesn't jive.
No, and this is why the police should have taken into account the fact that this is a girl who never spent a night away from her family. And I disagree with you and Pat Brown about Barnes & Noble being a benign place. This is a happy hunting ground for a serial killer. What more do they have to do but order a cup of coffee, sit at a table, read a book, and look around and choose somebody who fits their type, wait till that person goes to the checkout stand, and offer to walk that person to their car? And what more unsuspecting victim than a beautiful young girl who's only 5'3" tall and weighs 105 pounds? I think she was very vulnerable.
Correction. I didn't say it was benign. I said, typically, you're not afraid of the gang at the Barnes & Noble's cafe. But think about it, Dr. Bethany. You wouldn't be afraid of a child's playground either, behind the school, behind the elementary school. But where do child predators go? There.
Right.
And some of the most seemingly innocent locales, that is where predators hang. I'm a nervous wreck every time I take the twins to the playground.
You're right, because there's total suspension of disbelief, right? You feel safe in the playgrounds, it's bright and sunny, but that is where the predators go.
Out to the line, Sherry, Illinois. Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Nancy. Thank you for taking my call.
What's your question, dear?
I got a quick comment and a question.
Okay.
Just want to tell you your children are beautiful, and your book was fantastic. And my question is, did they speak to or interview all the employees yet?
Good question. What about it, Stacey Newman?
Cops aren't releasing that information at this point, but it seems like with this Barnes & Noble's angle, something interesting must be going on there because cops are keeping super tight-lipped about what went on inside the Barnes & Noble's.
We need the community's support to help us and the Lee family find their daughter. The Fairfield and Sassoon police departments are working jointly together in this investigation. A Sassoon detective has been assigned to work full-time with our investigative team. We are also working with the district attorney's office and the FBI as we attempt to uncover additional leads that will help us successfully locate the whereabouts of Miss Lee.